On March 30th, 1968, in the small town of Charlemagne, Quebec, a modest home welcomed its 14th child. That child was Céline Dion. Her parents, Thérèse Dion and Adhémar Dion, were raising a large family on limited means. Life was simple, sometimes difficult, but it was filled with music. The Dion household didn't treat music as a hobby. It was part of daily life. Her father played accordion, her mother sang, and her siblings performed together whenever they could. Even during difficult winters and tight months, songs filled the rooms. At just 5 years old, Celine stood on the kitchen table and sang for her family with surprising confidence. That moment stayed with everyone who heard it. Something about her voice felt powerful and different, even then. Long before the world heard her sing, that small kitchen had already witnessed the beginning of something extraordinary. A song that changed everything. When Celine was 12, her mother helped write a simple French song called Ce n'était qu'un rêve, it was only a dream. They recorded a demo and sent it to René Angelil, a respected music manager in Quebec. At first, it was just another tape among many, but something about the young girl's voice caught his attention. When he finally met her, she sang in a modest living room with the same intensity she might bring to a stage. Angelil was deeply moved. He believed so strongly in her talent that he made a bold decision. He mortgaged his own home to finance her first album. It was a risk few people would take, but he felt certain that her voice deserved to be heard. That leap of faith marked the beginning of a partnership that would shape both their lives and ultimately introduce the world to one of the most recognizable voices in modern music. Growing into a star, Celine's early French-language albums quickly found success across Quebec. Audiences were drawn to her sincerity and remarkable vocal power. Yet René Angelil believed her talent could reach much farther. He began preparing her for an international career, carefully guiding her development. She studied English, refined her stage presence, and adapted to the demanding expectations of global audiences. Importantly, these changes never replaced who she was. They simply helped her share her voice with more people. Celine approached the process with determination, understanding that success required discipline as well as talent. As she grew older, the relationship between Celine and René deepened beyond professional collaboration. Their connection evolved gradually, built on years of trust and shared goals. Though the age difference between them later sparked public discussion, Celine always spoke about their relationship with clarity and conviction, emphasizing that it was founded on genuine love and mutual respect. A love that faced the spotlight. In December 1994, Céline Dion married René Angelil in a grand ceremony at Notre Dame Basilica. The wedding was broadcast on Canadian television and watched by millions. For Celine, the moment represented more than a celebration. It honored the person who had believed in her before anyone else did. Their relationship had endured years of public scrutiny, yet it remained strong. She often spoke about René not only as her husband, but also as her greatest supporter. Together, they built a partnership that balanced personal devotion and professional ambition. For the girl who once shared bedrooms with siblings in a crowded home, standing in that historic basilica marked an extraordinary journey. Yet the core of her story remained unchanged: music, family, and the quiet determination that had carried her from a small town to international recognition. A voice the world could not ignore. The turning point in Celine's global career came in 1988 when she represented Switzerland at the Eurovision Song Contest 1988. Performing the song Ne partez pas sans moi, she won the competition by a single point. That victory introduced her to millions of viewers across Europe and beyond. Soon afterward, her English-language albums began reaching international audiences. Songs like The Power of Love and Because You Love Me became major hits. Her voice stood out for its emotional depth and technical strength, capable of moving listeners regardless of language. As the 1990s progressed, Céline Dion transformed from a rising star into one of the most recognizable performers in the world. Her music crossed borders and cultures, and audiences everywhere felt a connection to the honesty in her performances. The song that became history. In 1997, a defining moment arrived when Celine recorded My Heart Will Go On for the film Titanic, directed by James Cameron. The song quickly became one of the most famous movie themes ever recorded. As the film achieved worldwide success, the song echoed everywhere, from radios and weddings to major public events. Celine's voice carried the emotional heart of the story, turning the song into a timeless ballad about love and memory. With millions of records sold worldwide, she became one of the best-selling artists of all time. Yet even during this peak of success, her personal life remained deeply connected to the people who had supported her from the beginning. Choosing family over fame. In 1998, René Angelil was diagnosed with throat cancer. For Celine, the decision that followed came naturally. She paused her career to care for him. Tours, recordings, and public appearances stopped. Instead of stadium stages, she spent her time in hospitals and at home with her husband. Many in the music industry were surprised by this choice, but for Celine, family always came first. She stayed by his side during treatment, supporting him through the difficult months of recovery. When his health improved, she gradually returned to music with renewed purpose. That experience strengthened their bond and reminded her why she had started singing in the first place, to share something meaningful with others. A new chapter in Las Vegas. In 2003, Celine began an ambitious residency show called A New Day at Caesar's Palace. The production combined music, choreography, and elaborate stage design, becoming one of the most successful residency performances in entertainment history. Instead of traveling constantly on tour, she performed in one city, while audiences came to see her. The arrangement allowed her to maintain a stable family life, while continuing to perform at a high level. During these years, she also embraced motherhood, welcoming her first son, René Charles, and later twin boys, Nelson and Eddie. For Celine, these years balanced global success with personal happiness, loss, and resilience. In January 2016, René Angelil, the husband and longtime manager of Céline Dion, passed away after a long battle with cancer. His loss was deeply personal for Celine because he had been her partner, mentor, and strongest supporter for more than 3 decades. Only 2 days later, she experienced another heartbreaking moment when her brother, Daniel Dion, also died after struggling with illness. Losing 2 close family members within such a short time was incredibly painful. Yet Celine faced the period with remarkable strength and dignity. She spoke openly about her love for René and the life they had built together. Just a few months later, she returned to perform at Caesar's Palace. For her, stepping back onto the stage was not about celebration, but about honoring the man who believed in her voice from the very beginning. Facing a rare health challenge. Years later, Céline Dion revealed that she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, an extremely rare condition that affects the nervous system and causes muscle stiffness and painful spasms. The diagnosis helped explain the physical difficulties she had quietly experienced for some time. Because the condition can affect movement and balance, she made the difficult decision to pause touring and public performances to focus fully on her health. Celine spoke honestly with her fans, explaining that the situation had been challenging, but that she remained committed to working toward recovery. With the support of her family and medical specialists, she began regular therapy and treatment to manage the symptoms and rebuild strength. Throughout this period, her determination remained clear as she continued taking careful steps forward, focusing on healing while staying connected to the music and fans who have supported her for decades. A voice that still inspires. Even during difficult periods, Céline Dion's story continues to inspire millions. Her journey from a crowded home in Quebec to the world's largest stages shows how talent, discipline, and resilience can shape a remarkable life. Through triumphs, personal loss, and health challenges, she has remained committed to music and to the people who support her. For many listeners, her voice represents more than entertainment. It carries emotion, connection, and hope. Celine often reminds audiences that music is about sharing feelings and reminding people they are not alone. That belief has guided her throughout her career, and even as she focuses on health and family today, her legacy remains powerful, a reminder that true strength often grows from the most humble beginnings.